after 9 o'clock on July the 12th. We are actually already on the road. We just got off of the MSC Seascape. We've been on there for the week. And we actually got off really quick. We had breakfast and everything, and we have already made it almost through Houston. And on our way to College Station to help Liberty pack. So we wanted to do a little recap on our week. I really wanted to be able to post videos throughout the week, but we weren't able to do that. It just would not upload. So I've posted some videos, some reviews, some little funny things that happened over the week. Like you probably know, it's never a dull moment with me and Minnie. But we really wanted to kind of give you guys some feedback on our week. Like I said, we were on the MSC Seascape. That is our first time to be on that ship. The people on that ship, I really like to kind of form my own opinions. And so that's why we went on. We wanted to see, because it is a good price, has good value for going on a cruise on a budget. But the people on the cruise, people have said, oh, they're not very friendly, they don't really talk to you. And those of you that have gone on other cruise lines know that the people usually are very friendly and they talk to you and, you know, interact with you. And I was kind of, I don't know, I like that. Y'all know I'm a talker and I enjoy having people and learning about their different cultures and all that. Well, I will tell you, we had a wonderful experience on the MSC Seascape with the staff. They were all very, very kind, very nice. I don't think I ever walked by anybody that didn't speak to you, whether it be good morning, how are you doing, have a great day, how can I help you, anything. They were all very attentive and wonderful. Our room steward, Brian, top notch, amazing. He was from Honduras and he was great. He helped us with any and everything we needed and went above and beyond. That he was wonderful. Wouldn't you say, Minnie? What do you think?
Oh, by far one of the best. Very personable. Anything we needed, he was there. Our room was clean all the time. Any towels. You just didn't run into any downfall there. Nothing at all with him.
Yeah. And it seems like everywhere we were, whether it be the guest services, we had a gentleman named Aubrey from South Africa who was amazing. We met him on the first day. We had to get some dining stuff changed, and he was on point. And anytime I saw him, he was helping, very attentive, has like very cheerful and upbeat and just amazing.
Has a beautiful smile.
Yes, like he has like the most like genuine smile. Like he's very genuine. You know, we had a gentleman in the lounge,
the Loft Cafe.
Oh, amazing. Warren was great. If you happen to go on the MSC, go into their cafe, their Loft Cafe. See Warren. He's amazing. We would say, what do you want? And we're like, I don't really know. And he was like, let me come up with something for you. And so he would make something. And what I liked about him, which was really, like, he had these little bitty baby spoons, and he would, like, if he was making a smoothie or whatever, he would take some out before he served us to make sure it was on point. And if it wasn't, he'd fix it all over again. So that was nice, like, to know that he actually cared. He actually cared what he was serving us. We were at the Ola Taco, which is one of their restaurants. You have to pay for it. But I will say, it is so worth it. It is not expensive in the sense of, so what Minnie and I did is we ordered the very first time that we went. You pay $24.99 for what they call the buffet. It just comes to your table. It's not a buffet that you go through. They serve it to you at your table, like family style, right? And so she ordered some things, I ordered some things, and we let our waiter know that that's what we're doing. His name is Raven. He was the first one that we encountered there. It is so very nice.
Shout out Raven.
Yes, shout out to Raven at the Hola Taco. So we went, we ordered different things. We tried them. Minnie loved the street tacos. They were so good. They make a burrito that you can get with pork, chicken, or beef, and it is amazing. So fresh. Everything was great. The burrito, really, you could get the burrito and you could split it. Like we tried the tortilla soup. Oh my gosh, the chicken tortilla soup is amazing. I in my entire life have never liked guacamole. I know some people are gonna be like, what's wrong with you? Honestly, probably thinking the same thing. What is wrong with me? It was so good. Minnie likes guacamole, and she said, well, just try it. So I tried a little. It's really hard for me because it kind of looks like some gross baby poop, and I know that sounds weird, but it does. But it was absolutely delicious. So like the first night, Raven was like, oh, okay, no guacamole, and well, we got it, and then Minnie had it. Then the next time we went, a gentleman named Roberto from Brazil waited on us, and he is so nice too. Like, they were so great. We had margaritas, and he told me they had a flavored margarita that was pineapple flavored. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious. And so he brought the guacamole. Well, Minnie didn't get my guacamole that night. I got my guacamole.
I did.
Nope, I didn't share that night. Sorry. She had her own, and I had my own. And they brought us the guacamole, and we had our guacamole. Well, then the next time we went, Raven was like, oh, you don't want your guacamole? I was like, oh, no. I want my guacamole now. And he looked at me. He remembered. Like, they remembered our names. They remembered what we liked. They were like, do you want this? Would you like that? Oh, you don't like pico on your stuff. Like, they remembered all that. The man had waited on me one time, right? But he remembered. And we even when we walked in, they were like, oh, Amanda and Deborah, how are you? Like, I don't know. It was amazing. And so the Hola Taco was really yummy. And then what else? We went to...
The shows were great.
The shows were great. They have like they're like a musical kind of. I mean, pretty much
a review,
right? So and it's really cool because you watch it, and there's like certain they have dancers and all that. Well, they're kind of paired up, and they're paired up very nicely. Like they work very well together. Even the singers, there's like a man and a woman that sing, and another man and woman that sing, and they sing very well. They complement each other, I would say, right? The reviews were really good. Ryan Rose, oh man, hands down, he is amazing. He is the cruise director, and those of you that have ever been on a cruise, you know the cruise director can kind of make it or break it, really. I mean, I've been on cruises where the cruise director was like not on point, his staff, like they were just blah, right? Or she was just blah. And however, Ryan Rose was great. What do you think, Minnie?
Absolutely. The man brings energy. You could walk into a room and it'd be so boring. Ryan would walk in. He brings so much energy, so much positivity to everything that you can't help but get involved, get to smiling, get in, you just become part of everything with Ryan. And he's he is one of the directors, one of the best directors I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I have cruised several cruises. He brings it. He brings
Right.
the energy that is needed. For
And he
cruise.
really makes you feel like they want you there, right? It's not
Yes.
just some sort of a show. It's not just like anytime you see him, like he is all about like he'll take pictures with you. He is amazing, right? We really, really enjoyed Ryan. So we had the opportunity to meet quite a few of the upper, I don't know what you would call them, but like the higher ups, right? I mean, we even met the captain, who was so nice, so down to earth. His name he's Italian. His name is something in Italian, but in American, in English, it means honey. So they call him Captain Honey, right? But he is so nice and kind, and sincere. Like you really, and what I like about him is they introduced a lot of the officers. That's what we had. We had an opportunity to meet a lot of the officers. The officers came on stage one day, and he talked about them, and you could really tell, like in this man's whole heart, he really cared for them, and he really appreciated everything that they did. So that was really, I don't know, that just kind of makes you feel good that the staff, like they're treated well, right? And so, and even other employees that we would meet throughout the week, they would say, "Oh, Captain Honey is great. Oh, Captain Honey is great," right? So he doesn't really, and he even, sorry, we fell over there. He doesn't even, he talks about how he wants to get, he can't run his ship without them. They need him and he needs them, which is great. He doesn't look down upon anybody in his staff, which that's very, very important. But we did get to meet a lot of the officers. We met Giovanni, who is the head maitre d'. So nice, so nice. He actually came in and he sat with us at breakfast one day, and he just talked to us. Like, he's so kind, made sure our food was great. We were talking about the burgers one day. He's like, "Oh, I know I'm Italian, but I'm a burger guy." And so he told us, he was like, "You've got to come to the dining hall and get a burger. Like, they are so good." The man was not lying. It was on point. It was cooked perfect. It wasn't like some little, it was like a good, nice thickness of a patty. Like, it was on a brioche bun. Like, it was so juicy, and it was wonderful. And so Minnie and I both had a burger that day, and it was on point. What do you think? Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely. It had been, you could tell it was a hamburger patty had been cut, that they had used a better piece of meat. It had been ground from a better piece of meat, and it was good. There was nothing about it. It wasn't dry. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful burger.
Yeah.
So we call that the Giovanni burger.
The Giovanni burger. That's what it is in our world now. The Giovanni burger. They say that that's like their MSC signature burger, but in our mind, it's the Giovanni burger. So we had that. We met Charles, who is, so if you ever see an officer with the tag that says FB officer or something like that, we didn't know what FB was. It's the food and beverage guy. So he is in charge of everything that gets on that ship. Everything. We met him. Oh, fell over again. Sorry. We met him. He was so nice. Like, everybody. We met Laura, who is head of guest services. So kind, so wonderful. We met the head chef. Head chef went above and beyond. Like, one night he personally made, he said, "Come to my dining room and I will personally make you a steak." He not a good person to say, oh, it was a good steak, whatever, right? Because I'm just not a steak eater. However, let me tell you about this lady. Here, you fill them in on that steak, Penny.
So, I had some of the best steak I have ever had. Let's see, what did we have?
We had a ribeye.
A ribeye. Oh,
16-ounce ribeye.
yes, and I ate it all.
She did. Every last bit.
It was so good. It was tender. They had cooked it to like a medium rare. It was perfect. They didn't do like the whole trying to over season it or anything like that, or even under season. Did I need to add just a little bit of salt? Yes, but it was perfect. It was a great cut of meat. You could just tell they had taken the time to really have good meat. Steaks put onto that ship. So we had steak twice, and both steaks were fabulous.
Yes.
So yeah, great on the steak.
Let me tell you, she bit into that. She's like, oh, like she just ate $1 million.
It melted in my mouth.
Melted her. She loved it, right? So we had that. We did go to their steakhouse, which is called the Butcher's Cut, I think. We went to their steakhouse. It was great. Like I said, I'm not a steak person, but this girl over here, she loves her steak, right? And she said same thing. She had a 16-ounce ribeye that night. Absolutely loved it. She is very she is that person that can say, oh, this is a good steak, this is not, it's not there. But she said both of those were actually on point. So that was good. The service was great. The maitre d' at the steakhouse, Roberto, so nice, so kind. Even gave us pointers if we ever wanted to go. He's from Honduras, and gave us pointers if we ever wanted to go on vacation to Honduras, because Liberty has said she wants to go there for a vacation sometime. So the staff was so we cannot say enough about everybody on that ship. So kind, so nice,
efficient.
Yes, very efficient. We didn't have any issues really, cleanliness.
No.
It was clean. There was always somebody. Always somebody in the bathrooms, cleaning all the time, cleaning. It was a great, it really was. And if you are that person that likes to go on a cruise and just kind of relax, chill, you don't want it real loud, you want it, that's your kind of place. They have a thing where, I think every day they had some sort of dance lesson where
they did.
If you're that person that, I've always wanted to learn to do the mambo or whatever the dance may be. The salsa.
Whatever.
We saw, country line dancing. There were dances I'd never even heard of. That they were, and so it had to have been multiple times a day, because there were definitely multiple things, right? If you're that person, by all means, this is your place, right? I've never been on a cruise where they've had that many dance lessons.
If you're that person that likes to read, you just want that quiet time.
Right.
There are so many places on that ship that you can get. Curl up on a couch, because you're not wanting to always stay in your room, but curl up on a couch and read, and it's very quiet.
Right.
We found a place that we like to play card games, and we found a nice little out-of-the-way place and enjoyed just the afternoon. We were playing cards. I agree that if you're that person, you want a little bit lower key, yes, there a couple of parties, at night or something like that, but it's not a constant, short of just saying it's not a constant noise.
Right.
This is where you want to be, is
Yes.
on the MSC Seascape. It is a lower key ship,
Yeah.
which is not not a bad thing. Not
No.
everybody is that person that wants to go on to a ship and be that constant go or party or whatever. Go on this ship. It's a comfortable ship. It is a
Yes.
comfortable ship.
Yes, the rooms, there is a review of on our channel of our room. You can see our room. And so we did a whole walkthrough on our room, so it was nice. There's a really cool kids area.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. The kids pool, like I wish I was that age to go on this area because it was so cool. They had like the rope bridges, like everything. It was so neat. It looked like a giant octopus was attacking them. They had water slides that had, you could do single inner tube or double inner tube. They had then slides that you don't have to use an inner tube. And all the kids looked like they were having so much fun. They have an arcade that has like a virtual reality kind of thing. It had where you can ride Formula One cars. There was quite a few different of the virtual reality. They had that. They have a kids club where it's separated by age groups, and we even talked to some of the kids on the ship, and the little kids seem to be having a blast, right? So we were able to see that. We know that sometimes that's a concern with parents, like, is my kid going to get bored, whatever. I don't think these kids were getting bored. These little kids especially, they were not getting bored.
Your elementary age.
Yeah, elementary age. I think definitely it's on point for that. From what we saw, right? We did not see, and the ship they did say that the ship was sold out. So it was completely booked. We did not see, there was like, they said 1,400 kids, I think, on the ship. We didn't see, a lot of times on cruise ships, you see where like those teenagers are running in packs and all of that, and you're just like, oh my gosh, right? We didn't see that.
Minimal if we did see it.
And they weren't unruly. Let's say that. They were not unruly at all. You might see some kids over here playing cards or just sitting here talking around, like talking or whatever. But I don't think we ever saw any unruly situations.
No, we didn't. But even after we took the opportunity to, just because this was kind of like a work cruise for us, just to fill the ship out and everything like that. We did talk to some of the we'll say middle schoolers and up, and they were struggling. It seemed to be being busy or not getting bored, we'll say, because I don't know that it's really geared. There's that opportunity to be geared towards that age of kid. Of
like, middle school, high school.
That's where I think they may be lacking some. But if you have kids that are that elementary age, they're great. That
right.
Elementary age and under.
Right. And MSC Seascape, MSC is new to Galveston, and like they came in like November. They haven't even been there a year. And we had people in our dining room that talked to us, and they cruised in December. And she said that when she cruised in December, she said the service was not good. It wasn't good at all. However, she said this time it has been amazing. So they definitely make improvements. I will say they want your feedback. Yes. They ask for your feedback. They're constantly saying, like, what do you think about this? They emphasize, they have a survey that they're going to send out that we'll fill out. They want to know everything. If you go into a dining room and you're not happy with your food, they want to know. They want to know why. They want to know what's going on. Can they get you something else? Simply because they're trying to make sure that they are on point like everyone else. And so that is something that you definitely can see that they're wanting to be top notch. And I will say they're on their way.
They're on their way. Is there still room for growth? If you don't have room for growth, then there's a problem. There is room for growth there as far as developing their brand. I think what we recognized is because this is a European cruise ship.
It's a European owned.
It's European owned. So therefore, I think they are still trying to get used to being able to the clientele we'll say of the Galveston clientele. Let's call it that.
Right.
That's what they're still trying to get accustomed to on what does it take for this clientele.
Right. Because I think not as much as just from what I have gathered, especially like watching videos of where people from Europe are coming over for the World Cup and so on and so forth. I think a lot of times things aren't, and I don't know this, I'm not saying I know this for sure, but I think a lot of times they do it one way in Europe and it kind of covers across the board. Maybe not the same food and all of that, but just in general. Well, we all know as Americans, it's not necessarily that way. A lot of times people in the South are going to handle things different than people in the North. They're going to have different expectations. Even across different states, there's going to be different expectations. There's going to be different foods that they like. That's just how it is, right? And so I think they're trying to learn that. And MSC, they're trying to learn, just because I come to America, it's going to be the same. And that's not necessarily so. And so we have, we're seeing that. And they have said, well, a lot of times in Europe, they said people in Europe don't really say if they don't like something or whatever. Like we had staff tell us that they don't really tell us. They don't say anything. They just kind of like go with it. And they're learning. They said in America, people will say things like, hey, I don't really like this or I don't really like that. And they say that. And so they're learning to take that feedback. And they take the feedback well. I will say, wouldn't you say like they would ask, like they were like, oh, okay.
They're genuinely asking for this.
They genuinely want it. Like I learned, so an omelet to us, and any omelet that I've ever seen when you go into a restaurant or even if you make it at home, an omelet is you cook your vegetables and you put your eggs in there after the vegetables are kind of sauteed and you flip it and then you put the cheese folded over and there's your omelet. Well, that's called, we learned this on the MSC, that's called a flat omelet apparently.
In their world.
In MSC or in European, I'm not sure exactly where. I do know that one of our servers, she's the one that taught us this. She was from the Philippines and she said, in the Philippines we call that a flat omelet. An omelet to them is they cook the egg, it's fluffy, and then as soon as the egg is done, they put the vegetables and the cheese and close it. Well, the vegetables aren't cooked, and the cheese is just melted in between the egg, and so it's just like a egg taco, maybe, kind of. And so at the beginning, I was like, this is an odd omelet. This is really weird. Like, I don't know why it's made like this. Even at the omelet station, that's how they made it. And so we didn't learn until later in the week. That's what it is. So I think just trying to learn the difference, right? So the feedback is really, really important that they get that so that they know. Captain Honey did say, he said that they're very, very excited on the MSC Seascape that they have the 2 American citizens in the whole fleet on the MSC Seascape. So the MSC Seascape has Ryan Rose, who's from New York, and George from Georgia, who is the hotel manager, is what they call him. And those are the only two Americans in the entire fleet. So that's not, I mean, I guess it's kind of odd, but that's not really odd. You don't normally see on a cruise line a lot of Americans working, but to know that those are the two on all the fleet, that is surprising. So they don't even have people that can give them feedback on the ships, and if they're doing it across the board throughout the entire country, they don't know. And so they want our feedback because we're the ones that they are servicing, and so they want to know what we want. So if you go on an MSC cruise and you have a good experience, you have a bad experience, make sure you give that feedback so that they know what to expect. Make sure they know like how you felt about something. Make sure they know, okay, what can we do different? You know, give them that constructive feedback, not criticism, feedback. Give them the constructive feedback that they want, and be nice, guys. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. So be nice to them, and don't, just you did this, you did this, you did this. Say, why don't you try it this way, right? So that's where we really, I feel like, we really thought that was a good thing. I think that they are trying. They did a great job, and we really, really did enjoy it. Like, even this morning at breakfast, Minnie got a little teary-eyed, and I said, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And she was like, "Yeah." She goes, "It's just hard because we did meet some really nice people, and we did." And so every time we leave a cruise, see, it's making me a little teary-eyed now. Every time we leave a cruise, because we have made those connections, it's nice to be able to do that. On other cruise lines, they allow them to have, Scott has a lot of people that he's kept in contact with on other cruise lines, and so it's nice to be able to, and we've even gone on another cruise and we got to see them again, which was really nice and really cool, right? I have one who wishes me, we went on the cruise with, I guess, about 3 years ago, and every year he wishes me a happy birthday. Like, how cool is that, right? And so, but MSC doesn't allow that. They don't allow them to have social media with their guests. And so so we don't know that we'll ever see them again. We don't know that we'll ever know how are they doing, unless we were to go on the Seascape and they happen to be there again. But I guess that's pretty much the disembarkation. Like I said, was great. Even the even like getting on the ship was
very smooth.
It was very smooth. It wasn't bad at all. Like, we got on pretty quickly, and they had food and everything ready, like on any other cruise. Everything went. I mean, it was really, really quick. So definitely, we did have a great time.
If you have the opportunity, and you have not given MSC a chance, and it sounds like that it might be the kind of ship you want to be on, give them a chance.
Yeah. If you want to just go and relax and just chill, definitely give MSC that chance. So if you guys have any questions, comments, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe